welcome to another Explore Everyday video. Tonight we are heading up north, and I got a full plate of things I want to shoot tonight. My main mission tonight is to go up for my first Milky Way trip of the season. It's March 9th, we're at the new moon, so it's going to be good and dark, and if you can see through the windows, it is very clear and supposed to be clear all night. So Milky Way, number one. Number two, we have a CME impact from earlier this week affecting our aurora chances tonight. It looks like aurora might already be out. Space data, the BZ is already negative. So by the time it's dark, we might see aurora as soon as it's dark. So we've got Milky Way, we've got aurora. We also have a comet. We have Comet Pons-Brooks. The Devil Comet should be visible now with the camera in the western sky shortly after sunset, off to the west. So we've got the Milky Way, we've got aurora, and we've got a comet. And I'm also hoping to shoot the Zodiacal Light tonight. So that is a full book, a full slate of things to shoot tonight, and I am super excited. It's always fun to be up for the first Milky Way chase of the year, but there's a lot going on in the night sky tonight. And this is one of those nights where the anticipation and expectations could be too high. For example, one shot I want to try to get tonight, about an hour and a half after sunset, is a Zodiacal Light with the Pons-Brooks Comet with the winter Milky Way and potentially the Northern Lights all in one shot. It sounds like a lot, but looking at stellarium, at photo pills, understanding where everything is in the sky, it might be realistic. So if I can pull that off, this will definitely be a top astrophotography trip tonight.
Welcome to Wisconsin.
We have made it. We are up north. We are out in the middle of nowhere, and I couldn't be happier right now. So we are, I don't know, 20 minutes past sunset right now. It's getting dark. I'm just scouting out a Milky Way spot right now. So this will be a 3:30 a.m. spot coming over here. The Milky Way will be coming up right out this way. I got a big lake here. We got winds calming down, so a good chance at reflections of the stars tonight. So my next three things I gotta start looking for now is a view north to see if the aurora is out. Data suggesting it is. And I gotta start looking for a spot where I can also see west to shoot the Zodiacal Light, and that is also where the comet is going to be as well. So I've got my scouting done. I haven't been over here before, so I know I can definitely take some shots over here. It's freezing out, man. It is already below 30. This is the least amount of clothes I'll have on the rest of the night. It'll be boots, heavy jacket, stocking cap going forward. But hey, there's no bugs. In a month, there'll be crazy bugs out here. All right, I might have found a spot for shooting the Zodiacal Light. This little drainage here is pretty much shooting right where the sun went down. So that Zodiacal Light should be that triangle of light going right up down the center of this. So this might be a good spot. And right behind me here, I've got a bigger lake. that we'll have opportunity to shoot the aurora over. So I can do a lot of shooting right in this area. I can leave a camera shooting northern lights and come over and shoot this. So I think I've kind of found my little zone where I'm going to hang out for a while. So here we go. The stars are popping out. It's almost go time. All right, so here's our first spot for the northern lights we're going to set up. We got some water in the very near foreground here, a big area of grass behind it with a very clear view of the northern horizon. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up and see if we got anything on the back of the camera. It is cold out. There's a breeze. It's probably just steady 5 miles an hour. But it lets you know winter's hanging on. This is the test shot looking north for aurora. There was nothing on the camera here or for the rest of the night. Despite a G1 storm warning and good enough space data most of the night, it was definitely disappointing. So one real interesting thing, you can see this line out here, that is a line of smoke from a wildfire. And if I get it out of the way, you can actually see orange where that is. So I'm actually going to put a zoom lens on and take a picture of that to see if that is the actual fire that I can see over there. So something I wasn't expecting. It is going to mess up my western Zodiacal Light picture. That smoke is blowing right down the western horizon. I feel like I say this every video. There's always something that makes it more complicated than it needs to be. All right, so I went and grabbed my 200 to 500 I'm gonna put on now and focus in on that area. Whew, it's cold. Oh, wow. That is pretty cool. Although I don't think the focus is spot on it. I would guess this fire was at least 20 to 30 miles away. I didn't call any emergency services as the smoke plume was very evident even before it got dark. This fire had been burning for a while. I'm sure the authorities already knew about it. All right, so I'm playing around and we do have the Zodiacal Light out. It's as good as I've seen it. So I'm gonna set this camera up now with my 14mm Sigma on it to shoot a pano with this road going down the middle, with the light coming up over from the right side of it. So first step, always level your tripod. So my bubble level's right here. All right, we have a level tripod. Now I'm gonna level the camera using the camera's leveler. All right, so once I get the green on the leveler, I'll rotate the camera, my full pano, and it essentially stays green the whole time. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot this pano. Come to the weird part of the night. The Zodiacal Light over here is pretty much gone. I missed the comet. My timing was way off. It was right at sunset, right after sunset, so something else I have to do this spring yet. I have been shooting the winter Milky Way over here coming right down the road, and there's that wildfire out there where the Milky Way comes right to the base of that, which makes it kind of interesting. But we have no aurora yet. The data says it should be out, but there is nothing to the north. I keep checking. So it's like 8 o'clock right now, and I got nothing really else to shoot until 3:30 in the morning. So I got some dinner in the truck. I'll probably linger around out here a while longer to see if we get some aurora. We maybe start working back closer to the cabin. And I can always pop out if the aurora comes out and I can check it from there. Other than that, it might be bedtime for that 3 o'clock alarm to get up for the Milky Way, and I got to warm up. I am freezing. Got my hand warmers here. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I'm going to wrap this up now, and not sure where we'll be next time I see you. I always forget about star trails. When I pulled into the cabin, it hit me to set up a time-lapse while I killed time and perhaps slept. I could make a star trails time-lapse as well as a final image. It would also catch any aurora that might appear. Maybe a little pink in the sky there? So the property I'm staying at here has about 500 acres at it, and I've never done any astrophotography actually on the property. I always leave and go over to a wilderness area. So I'm gonna go scout out a couple spots. It's a little before 10, it's 9:45. I'm in no man's land right now. There's no aurora. There's nothing to shoot astro-wise right now. Milky Way doesn't come up until after 3. So I'm gonna go see what I can find here on the property. I have a couple ideas. And then it might be time to hit the sack for a couple hours for that 2:30 alarm. So as I head out into the dark, images like this in the back of your head. A lot of wolves up here. There's a nice deer. And a bobcat. So we're not the only ones out there in the dark, that's for sure. Potential target for tonight, a nice covered deer stand. We are in Wisconsin. Deer hunting is a big deal out here, so I'm gonna pull out photo pills here, but the Milky Way should come up over here. That's pointing southeast. So this is a nice easy target I can come set up a time lapse at. So I'm gonna check out photo pills, see where that Milky Way is gonna come up, and we'll go from there. Morning. It's 3:04 a.m., 26 degrees, and we are heading to the deer stand for our first true Milky Way Core shot of the season. I ran my star trails of the cabin while I took a quick couple hour nap. Got my 1,000 frames in there while I was sleeping. So now we're gonna go set up a time lapse with the deer stand and let that run here, and then I don't know, gotta go start finding some other compositions of that Milky Way Core. It's gonna be pretty low right now, but it only get higher, and the time is on. I've got 1 hour and 55 minutes left by 5 a.m. Astronomical twilight's over. The Milky Way will start turning blue. All right, so I'll show you what I got going on here. I got a little puck light, and I've already got my composition set up over here at the deer stand, so I'll show you that in a second. But I bought these puck lights a while ago, and I have a remote, and I can change the brightness, the color. So I just wanted to show you what I have up in the deer stand. Just a little puck light. They're like 10 bucks probably. So I have it on a very warm oranges color at the very lowest setting underneath a chair in the deer stand, which is just giving it a nice glow. So I'm really happy with how that's looking right now. There you go, you can see the different colors. There is an orange, you can trust me on that. So that's what I've got cooking up in the deer stand. So I'm gonna put this one away and go show you that composition, and I gotta get it going because my time is running. All right, so you got the deer stand right here. Got my camera set up here. I'm gonna put a lens warmer on it. I don't think I need it, but I'm gonna put it on there since I have it. So I have the deer stand and I have a tree. Now it's really windy out for nighttime and for being so clear. So that tree's probably gonna get some motion blur in it, but nothing I can do about that. So here's the deer stand. There's the tree. And I'm gonna get this fire in, and we're gonna go off and find something new to shoot. It's about 4:15. I got about 45 minutes, maybe an hour, really pushing it. I've got my time lapse going of the deer stand. I stopped and I didn't vlog it, but I took a few. This tripod drives me nuts. It's broken. I can't figure out how to fix it. All right, so I got the deer stand running right now, and I stopped on the way to this spot and did a series of 8 photos shooting down a road of the Milky Way with some birch trees. And then I also did a full arch pano from the same spot. So testing out the Sony A7Siii for astro, but I am going to pull out my Nikon 20mm lens here also. I'm at a tree that I've shot the aurora at before, and I've never shot the Milky Way here, so we're gonna give this a go. Freezing out. I got my hand warmers. I got a bigger jacket with, but I'm too lazy to put it on. Let's go. On the left edge of this final image, you can see the purple of morning twilight starting to take over the sky. At this point, it was time to go catch a couple hours of sleep. If you've made it this far, thanks so much for joining along on the first Milky Way chase of 2024. With a job, family, and just life in general, any night under the stars is never taken for granted. Until the next adventure, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.